Welcome to Hotties in VR. We are here bringing you high-quality, intimate content featuring the most exciting personalities and projects in the metaverse. Whether you're an experienced player or just diving in, we are here to inspire and entertain. I'm Venus SX, and I'm here with LilyBit. Tonight, we are entering into the world of digital intimacy, phantom sense, and adult content streaming. I want to welcome our hottie guest, Miss Shelby. So, for people meeting you for the first time, can you tell us a little bit about what you do in VR?
My name is Shelby Jae. I prefer to be called Shelby or Miss Shelby. I am a VR and IRL content creator on Fansly, mainly. I do also stream on other platforms as well.
I'm so excited, LilyBit, that we can have Shelby on today because we've actually, worked together a little bit in the past where I was able to see into your world and see how you, work with digital intimacy and, giving experiences, providing a space for people to, enter into VR, maybe through a 2D screen. So the Fansly is an adult content creator platform that really encourages that communication, I think, doesn't it, between you, the streamer, and your audience? So I'm really curious, what does a normal workday in VR look like for you?
Well, a normal workday nowadays for me, it tends to start before I get on VR. Because I tend to be talking to people on Discord. I tend to be talking to people on Instagram. It does usually start that way, but there are other days where I'll get onto VR and I will have one of my regulars join me and they'll ask for time. It can be very different every day, which I love that very much. Having something spontaneous sometimes, but then there are other days that are a lot more planned out and a lot more organized as well.
So let me understand this because I'm very, very new to that side of VR, which is the Fansly creations and more adult type of subjects. I find them fascinating, because of the phantom sense in VR and all that. That just, some people think it's not a thing. Some people would really believe in it. They even consider like phantom pain a thing as well. So it just depends of, the individual. So what you do when you actually meet with someone, do you meet them here in VR or it's just through Discord and other social media?
It has, when I was first starting out, it was more predominantly through VR. So I would meet people at 18 plus events. I also, at a few stages, worked through a Discord server which organized events for people. And I was one of the angels. That's what we got called. So it can be, there's different ways. Sometimes I feel funny saying organically meeting someone in VR because I feel like VR is not necessarily organic. It's more technology, but it can, in my mind, it is more organically meeting someone.
I agree with you in that respect. Yeah, because even though we are using headsets and it's all technology, like you say, what comes across from an avatar is the essence of the person. When you have worlds that they have, NPCs, and you get close to them, they feel empty shells, and they're kind of creepy. You can tell an NPC straight away because of the vibes you get. So I agree with you. Using the word organic is very appropriate for sure.
Yes. I was going to say about the phantom sense as well. You were saying before. One thing that I think about when people say they don't believe in phantom sense, when people have like an amputated limb or things like that, which is, you know, they do often get phantom senses from that.
Yeah, the
So
phantom limb syndrome.
That's how, yeah, that's how I think of it personally, like when I try to explain it to people, because it can be hard for people that have never encountered that before to understand, because they sometimes only can think of the avatar and how are you feeling that avatar, because it's not your body. But if you spend enough time in this body as I have, you do feel the sensations and the presence, like being in a world and like sitting on this couch. It's yeah.
Definitely, I agree with you 100%. What do you think, Venus?
You start to feel the textures. Okay, well, I think that we've definitely, LilyBit and I have been thinking about a very strong avatar identity theme here on Hotties. And so you started to touch on it already, you know, your relationship with your avatar. And I'm really curious if you could share with our viewers, how did you come to embody this avatar? Like, was there a process? What is special about this and what does it do for you?
So this avatar, it took me a very long time. So this is my second version of my avatar. I have had one previously to this, which was created by the same person as well. The way I came about being a slime bunny girl, I really enjoy the slime, the texture of it, and also I find it very visually appealing, and also during intimate times it can be very a very interesting feeling, being able to see where things are inside me.
Yeah. Show us. Can you stand up and show us a little bit? Can you stand and give us a little twirl?
Yes, absolutely.
Or show us at least your whole, because you're a bunny girl. Look at the little tail.
Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. And so there's this, so it took quite a while for you to sort of get to this space where you embody this avatar, but now you truly do embody it and you start to have much more phantom sense because you have a relationship with it.
Absolutely.
You've been in it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I absolutely do. Also, I love Bunny as well, because I do have a bit of an affinity to that the way bunnies can be as a kink, in the sense of breeding.
And they're
I was like, what is the kink with bunnies?
the way bunnies breed, of course.
Oh, you mean they're sex mad?
That is a personal thing for me, but yes.
And so what made you choose VR, like as a place to build your work instead of sticking to more traditional platforms?
So I started with VR because it was a very natural progression. I actually got onto VR initially because I had a friend down in New South Wales, and we were too far away from each other to be able to, you know, interact with each other as much. And then I got on here and I made friends, played games, did all that stuff. And then I kind of found out about all of these different things on here. It's like a world got opened to me. And it was really... Yes. It was really wonderful. my German friend taught me a lot of things about, different events that were going on. And I was just amazed because it was very new to me.
Yeah.
But beforehand, I was a stay-at-home mum. I have a husband. He's wonderful. So going through all these different stepstones, it got me to this point. So yeah, but I've loved everything.
Definitely, I just find the fact that you have actually a husband and a family in VR, it's like an alternative life for you, and you're able to balance the two. So they don't necessarily intertwine, but they complement each other, but they're separate at the same time. So you can be two people at the same time. Because I think we all have a side of us that in the real world, in society, we can't really bring out because of society's norms and expectations and, all those rules that society puts on us. So having a platform like in VR, not necessarily VRChat only, there's other games too, it gets you to kind of bring some of that is you, that is not allowed so much in the real world. It's quite fascinating.
Yeah. I do love being able to express myself in different ways online, because as a mother and wife, there are societal things that that make it so that you can't explore sexual experiences with people like that, other than my husband.
That's right.
Yeah, to me seems like this is the best monogamous relationship in a way. You have this monogamous relationship, but because VR has provided this space of digital intimacy, and for you to actually monetize that, and to bring beauty and pleasure to other people's worlds, and that it's like, wow, you've got both worlds, sort of flourishing at the same time. Can you tell us a little bit about how you negotiate the boundaries and the agreement with your husband in terms of doing work on Fansly and VR?
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
So interested to hear if you're willing to share.
It's probably more basic than you would think, maybe. So with my husband and I, at least, my husband is open to me doing things on Fansly and on VRChat as long as it is paid for. So it's quite a basic boundary, but other people have it a little bit differently. But for us, that's how we have discussed it, and I don't step over that boundary. So and it just shows respect to my husband and our relationship, and it does.
I love that.
And people
I love that it can be so simple. That there wasn't a whole big, we had to sit down and make a whole contract, just the really simple, quite black and white in a way. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, because I think a lot of our viewers will not be aware that here in Australia, the adult entertainment side of things is usually illegal in a lot of countries. It's not in Australia. In here, it's legal. It's regulated, and it's fine. Yeah. So it can be done as an actual job. You pay taxes on that and everything. So that's something that probably some of our viewers are not aware of. That we're lucky in Australia for that reason, that we're not censored as much in the adult subjects. Or I don't want to be too specific because we don't want to get banned from YouTube, but you know what I'm talking about. So so it's very good. So for your husband, Fansly stuff is a job. He can actually put it in his mind that it's not that you've been unfaithful or you're having a emotional connection with somebody else. It's a job.
And you're working from home. right? So
Yes,
fantastic.
It is. It makes it a lot easier being a mum as well, because there are so many jobs that do not cater to the times that I need to be available. I don't want to be normal. I like being weird.
You're part of our clan.
Definitely. Yeah.
Hotties, we are
And that's what I
definitely not
love
normal.
about VR.
Yeah,
I love that about
Yes.
VR. We can be totally weird. We can express like our weird sides and our weird aspects, and it's totally accepted.
exactly. Yes. It's a very accepting community, I have noticed. And that's one of the things I do love about VR. And not just VR chat, other platforms too. But VR, the connection, people don't judge you by what you look like, because they know that the
Yeah.
avatar that you're wearing, you could be a banana, you could be a pizza, you could be a very pretty girl. And it's just a costume. And I think it's actually it's a good way for young people to understand that what you look like doesn't matter. It's who you are inside, how you behave with others, how you bring your personality out.
Express
That
yourself.
matters. Yes, those have consequences. So it's a good training thing for the real world, to not go and judge people by their color or the different, the variety of humans that we have out there. And I think
Yeah.
younger people in here, when they've been playing in here for a long time, there are a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? More accepting of others and their differences.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think it's a little bit more than a costume, though, too. After a while of being in VR, don't you think that the avatar becomes a little bit more than just a costume? If there is something that
Yes.
I identify with, in my avatar, and there's like an expression there that makes me feel free, I reckon. But the great thing is that you can try on different ones, and that's what's cool. You can try on different personas or different looks and explore what's right for you. As you said, it took a while for you to get to this place with the slime.
It did.
So the slime makes it like possible to see inside you. It makes you transparent. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Okay.
Oh, so when there's something happening,
Wow.
like you were saying, you could see what is happening inside you.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Absolutely.
interesting.
Yes.
Okay. That's the beauty of VR. You can try all these things. Yeah.
So, what are you most currently engaged in, like now, after 4 years of playing and working in VR?
So lately, I have been doing a bit more IRL content out of necessity due to one of my trackers dying, which was unfortunate. But I'm back in VR now, so thank God, because I missed it so much. And I've been finding different ways that I can make my streams more interactive for people. Also adding in a few like safe for work aspects as well, not just focusing on, getting played with. As most streams do tend to go. But yeah, I've been really enjoying adding in some little fun things to those. And in 2026, I've got some VR collaborations happening, hopefully at the end of January, because I'll be away some of the time in January. But yeah, I've got some really exciting things happening very soon.
Yay! Stay tuned for finding out what Shelby Jae is
Definitely.
bringing to you.
Yes, we're gonna have to keep in touch. Yeah, and so you can let us know
Yeah.
what's happening, because it sounds like you're gonna have a very interesting year next 2026.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good year.
Awesome.
If you have never been in my world before, I want you to pay attention to your breathing, my voice, and the way my touch feels on your skin. When people are with me, they feel calm, comforted, sensual, and fulfilled. When you cross the threshold into my intimate space, you leave behind the worries of day-to-day life and just enjoy your time with me. I look forward to having you in my world.
So what part of what you do is genuinely fun for you? Like, what keeps you coming back?
There's a lot of things that keep me coming back. A lot of it is like the community. Being able to make connections with people is really wonderful and very fulfilling. Also, being able to allow myself to explore different scenes with people, different experiences. I find that very, very alluring. That's what keeps me coming back. And also getting to entertain people. I get a lot out of, being a source of entertainment in a lot of different ways.
So, would you consider yourself an exhibitionist, or are you quite shy in the real world?
I am a bit of an exhibitionist, yes.
Even in the real
I
world?
don't get as much opportunity in the real world because of, situation.
Society, yeah.
Yes. And also living in a small town, it can be a little bit harder to do.
Yes, definitely.
But I've had a fair share of experiences, which has been very fun.
Okay.
But I am also a voyeur. I love watching.
Okay.
So I do love a bit of both. Yes. But yes, I have always had that kind of exhibitionist need to be able to express myself in that way. So VR does help a lot with that. So yeah.
It brings out, that thing that we were talking about that society doesn't necessarily approve of for whatever reasons, and we're able to express them here in safely.
Yes.
And be accepted for
Yes.
it, with the communities that we build here. So, which is, it's very good for the soul, to be able to be yourself, not having to limit yourself of who you really, really are. So it can be quite therapeutic, I think.
So, Shelby, we're talking about you having these digital relationships and, sharing pleasure and intimacy through either a 2D screen, which is the Fansly streaming, but you also do actual, what we call erotic role play. So meeting people in world and getting intimate. Yes? So there's
Yes, I do.
both
Absolutely.
sort of sides to it. So exciting. So, okay, this is what I would love you to share for the viewers. So when there is no physical touch, what do you actually play with? So is it your voice? Is it the timing? Is it your presence? Or is it the avatars, like features? Or is it imagination?
That's a really good question. So even with VR, there are ways that things can be somewhat physical. However, with it being so different to IRL, I do find that vocal stimulation is a very big aspect. And also as well as like leaning into things someone enjoys. Can craft an experience more one-on-one for them, which can make all the difference in the scene. And also having, like, for example, the visual aspects of my avatar, I can also change the visual for the client that I'm with. So yeah, and
Wow.
also the phantom sense as well is a very big aspect, but also we do have toys that I can hook up to be interactive with my avatar. So with Lovins, and I believe there's other brands as well. But personally, I use Lovins tools. I'm not too
They
sure if
seem
we're
to
able to
work,
say
right?
about that.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And, we'll pop her affiliate link to Lovins in the description of our video.
Yes.
Yeah, it seems like Lovins has really captured the market for, what they call long distance relationships or for VR play.
Definitely.
And I guess, because the application works well, it seems to have good connectivity, and that's really what's important in the end. And they have a pretty broad range of toys. So tell us a little bit about that. Like, can you give us a snapshot of what that might look like if we could see you in your lounge room or in your VR room? What type of steps do you have to take to be set up to do ERP in VRChat?
Oh, we're gonna get all the spicy secrets, trade secrets. That's
well, maybe not
exciting.
all of them, but
Keep some to yourself. Oh yeah. Let's hear.
Paint us a picture.
Paint us a pretty picture, a sexy, pretty picture.
Oh my goodness. Well, with the way I am, you could probably paint a picture. But anyway, so usually I have my VR room. I have to make sure I have my trackers charged. I've got all of my trackers. I have one on my hip and one on each ankle. I also have a special microphone because the microphone on my headset is not as good as it could be. And with my setup for Lovins and my toys, I have a application on my computer which does all of the things to make it so that once my avatar gets penetrated, it sends the information to my toy, which is sometimes I have a fuck machine, which is a rather big contraption, but it definitely does a good job.
Oh my God, that's the picture I want. That's the picture I wanted, Shelby. So you in your VR room, fuck machine. Oh my God. So you're on a couch? Are you on a bouncy ball? Are you on a poof? Or are you on the floor?
I do it differently every time. I have a wonderful, very large poof, as you call it, or some people will call it like a very soft stool kind of thing. But it's nearly the size of a bed, which is amazing.
Wow!
Yes, it's really great. So I have that, and sometimes I'll use that, or other times when I'm moving around a lot more, I have a kind of like, have you heard of Mellow Mat? It's like a squishy mat for
yes,
for the floor.
I have one of those. Yeah.
So
right here.
Yes, it's very
yes.
similar to that, but it was actually a cheap one from Kmart.
Oh, okay.
So I used that
Mine is
because I
from
was
Aldi.
worried about getting anything on it, just in case.
Yeah.
So I also use Splash Blanket, the brand, which I also have an affiliate link with. I love their blankets. They are absolutely amazing for, sexual play, because you don't always want to have to change your sheets every time.
Can I ask?
So that way you can just...
When you said you don't want to get a splash, what do you mean by that? Splash what? Splash what?
What
do you mean?
Water.
Water?
She has to drink a lot of water,
Yes.
during the process.
I don't think that's what you're talking now. Are you trolling me, Venus?
So that's another thing that has come from doing VR. During one of my sessions, I actually learned how to yes, a lot of water. A lot of water.
Oh.
So that was a very interesting experience, considering I hadn't done that before.
I think you need a little more than a splash blanket for that, if I'm understanding what you're talking about. You need a bucket. You need a little bucket on the side.
Some people might like that. Yes, definitely. Some people might like.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh no. Am I allowed to say?
Yeah. We're 18 plus here.
So I am a squirter. So I have.
Okay.
So it doesn't happen every time I come, but it does happen more frequently. So yes, because I
got you now. Okay.
I have mastered. Yes, I have mastered being able to do it even with like stimulation on the outside as well. So I'm quite happy with my efforts in that.
Wow. Mistress of that. That's true, because often often I've heard that the penetration is required to actually pump up the the water bulb.
There's a water bulb? What do you mean?
Because...
Excuse me, wait a minute.
That's my term.
Do we have that?
That's not the technical term. Yeah, it's not the technical term, but that's what what I could come up with for right now. What I've understood is that it does. There's a pumping up. There's like a filling up of something, and to a point where then it can explode.
Every woman has that? I mean, do I have one of those?
So with squirting, it comes from the Skene's gland. So it's a gland.
It's a gland.
So it comes... Yes. So a lot of people say that they think it is urine. It is partially. It is. But it is actually a lot more other fluids. It is just a portion of that because of, where it is in the body. But
exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
wow.
But yeah, I find it very interesting, and I do very much enjoy the sensation of that as well, the sensation of that kind of play with people. So yeah, but it's something that I learned about myself going through VR sessions, and that man is very proud of himself for that day because he was like, "Oh yes," he was very,
he unlocked you,
very accomplished.
He unlocked the vault.
Really,
it was very funny that day because I did a number of times with him in the session, and then later I took a few hours break and had some water, and then I was like, I wonder if I could do that again. So I continued a few more times.
Oh my
It was a very
god!
busy day.
Busy day at work. Busy day at work. Oh my
Busy
god.
day, exactly. This is the day.
Oh
That
my
answers my first question. What does a normal day in VR work look
Oh
like for
my
Shelby
God.
Jae?
Oh dear.
Lucky she has her splash sheet.
Oh yes.
And so
Definitely.
was there a moment? So this has been a few years. You said you started in VR in 2022, and so was there a moment where you thought, "Okay, this is working. Like this is going to work, and I'm really good at this." Providing that intimate
Yeah.
space. Can you talk to us about that?
Absolutely. Yes. I had that moment. It was when I was working in that server where we were called angels. It was really wonderful. We were doing a lot of events, and it would be us entertainers, and we would talk to people. We'd get to meet people, and people just kept coming back and wanting to interact with me. Fansly was actually something that I started kind of after I was doing sessions, because it was kind of another avenue where people were asking for pictures or asking for videos, and it kind of just, it just went from there. And as I said, I'm an exhibitionist, so it kind of was just another way for me to be able to explore and, just share myself with people.
That's a good way of putting
Love it.
Sharing yourself. That's
Mm.
I like that. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yes.
guessing people who follow you on Fansly are not looking for a beautiful scripted, perfect performance. Are they wanting to see you,
Yeah.
the real person? Is that true?
Yes, absolutely. I think so.
Okay.
Lily was saying before about how online people have different personas, like having your IRL and your online persona. Personally, for me, I do feel like this is just another section of myself. It's just another portion of me, and it's just a way that I can, just relax and just let myself go and be able to, share that with people. It just makes me so happy. And the fact that people want to come back and see me and have these fun times with me, it's just really wonderful. Yeah, it's very validating as a person.
Yeah, it would be.
What's one challenge that people don't usually see when they imagine this kind of work?
Challenges. Well, I think one of the main challenges can be talking to people can be a challenge sometimes, because there can be communication barriers with different people in different countries. English might not be their first language. Another challenge that can be is being able to, you were saying about monetizing. I think it can be hard to get past that barrier of, okay, if you would like a session with me, it does need to be paid for. Some people can be a little bit taken aback by that because they see it as transactional, which some people are very happy with that, but some people can be a little bit like, oh, I thought we were just doing this for fun. But it's the way I put it to them in that situation is, okay, well, if this were in real life, you would take me out on a date, wouldn't you? Or you would, you'd buy me dinner, or we'd go to the cinemas. How much would you spend on that?
Good point. Good point.
You're whining and dining me, but it's a sure thing at least, So
Wine, dine,
that's
and
kind
69.
of a thing.
Yeah, in VR. 100%.
That needs to be the name of the video.
I love it.
I love that.
And so for the most part, and obviously there'll be some people that don't want to pay to have a date with you, but for the most part, you've worked out how to sort of get over that hump, so to speak, or that issue of this is this intimate space, is monetized.
Yes. Well, I keep it really simple. If people are not willing to pay for my services, then that's where that's all it goes. It's not going to go further than that. I'm happy talking to people. I'm happy, if people have questions, but if it gets to the point where they're trying to be lewd towards me or they're trying to push that boundary, I just say to them, look, this is my boundary. If you don't like it, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. And I just move on. With having my husband, I'm very happy in my marriage, and it's the way it works for us. And if people want to have that special time with me, then it doesn't take much.
So I'm wanting to know, how does your work in VR sort of change your intimacy in real life or your communication in your relationship?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So with VR, it has opened up different communication with my husband and I as well, which has been really fun. Learning different things and about different situations. And also meeting different people, because sometimes my husband does go on VR as well. We have also had experiences with others, like with me doing things to my husband while he has been in VR, and he's had someone else doing things to him as well. So that's been really wonderful.
Hybrid.
Yes.
Hybrid, sort of, you're saying. So like in VR, and you've had someone else that's stimulating your husband IRL.
Well, I was stimulating him IRL, and he was using the VR. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Although I am very cool. I personally like watching my husband with other people, though, as well. Definitely.
It's a good way to spice up your marriage. It's definitely not boring.
Oh, yes, I get a lot of enjoyment out of seeing him having that pleasure. It makes me very happy. Yes.
Love it.
Yeah, that's very interesting. We are definitely going to put all your social details so people can find you. But we would like a little bit more of an enticement for people to come and look for you and find you. What would you say?
Yes. I'm a little bit of chaos. I can be a little bit of a gremlin sometimes, but it makes me very fun. And if you come to my streams, you'll see for sure. I like to make things fun, and I feel like laughter is a really great way to relax, and it can be such a great icebreaker for, letting down those boundaries that you might have, like in yourself, like letting yourself go, and being more comfortable in being able to be sexual, or even just having like that discussion with me, like getting to be a part of your world. And I'm glad that I get to let you be a part of mine as well. So
awesome.
it's a little bit about me.
You're a very interesting person, I must say. And you do have a beautiful voice. And I think that must be one of your
Oh, thank
biggest
you.
assets, I think. I mean, I'm sure you've got other bigger assets, but, that are very, very interesting. They're very sexy. But your voice
They're a
is,
good size. Yeah,
you're a good size. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But your voice
Slime.
is
And there's
beautiful.
slime.
Yeah, and they're all,
Mm.
yeah, they're decent size and they're slimy too.
Wow. It's beautiful when you start to get close. It's like a galaxy a little bit as well that
It
sort of
makes you
wants
want to
to
poke
pull
it.
you
Like,
in,
let's
you
touch it.
know?
Let's like it
It
wants you
makes you
want to
want to
sort of
poke
poke
it.
it and touch. Very enticing. Yeah.
I have a lot of people say it
Beautiful.
tastes a
Well,
bit like blueberries.
Oh, okay.
oh,
Oh,
that's amazing. Isn't that beautiful that there can be that taste element and, the senses coming into VR because you're stimulating enough of their sensory
perceptions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
awareness.
Yeah, that's
Perceptions, yeah. Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Ah, love it. Blueberry boobies.
Okay,
Thank you so much, Shelby Jae. This has been such a pleasure to have you on Hotties in VR with us.
definitely.
It's been
Yeah.
Thank
wonderful.
you for sharing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
no
interesting.
worries.
Yes. And for everybody, just we're going to put her details so you can actually contact her. Go and follow her page. She's a wonderful, beautiful person. She really is. So we're just about out of time. But I have to say, this conversation has definitely changed the way I look at VRChat. It's fascinating to see how you are using technology to explore intimacy and connection in such a way. And to everyone listening, thanks for tuning in. If today's episode piqued your curiosity about the blurring lines between the real world and the virtual one, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We've got plenty more conversations coming your way. See you later. Remember to subscribe today and turn on your notifications if you would like to join the next adventure. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.